What's up everyone, Lucas here, and today we'll talk about camera gear. I will run through my most used gear when I was shooting photos, and for my video gear I will cover in another video later, so stay tuned for that one. But first, just let me take this out of here. When I started photography, I was always curious to know what other photographers use. So at the beginning, I watched a ton of video about gear so I could understand what was the new realm that I was getting myself into. But something I remember quite vividly was the feeling I had when watching those videos. I literally felt that I could not make any good photos or make any good videos if I didn't have the gear that they told me that I should have. And to be honest, that is never the case. So don't be like me, and that was very stupid on my side. Just go out there, practice as much as you can with what you already have, and I'm sure they're gonna be able to capture something amazing. So let's start with the camera bag. The camera bag that I use, one of them, because you saw I have two, is the Ramverk Pro 26 liters from DB Journey. The built-in quality of this camera is awesome. The top pocket is very useful. You need quick access to like headphones or batteries or filters or anything like that. It has a very nice side water bottle pocket, and it also has this one that only comes on a Pro version for attaching your tripod or anything else that you want. Inside, various pockets, so you have pockets here in front, a place for your laptop, and you also have camera insert, which you do have to buy separate, and you have more pockets in this area here. It does cost a little bit. The whole package comes to around maybe 450 or 60 euros. So it's not cheap, but it's definitely very good. The second one is this bad boy here. This one is the Shimoda Action X70. I've been using this backpack for the past maybe 3 to 4 years. I literally have nothing to complain about. This is a 70-liter bag. You can carry a lot of stuff. You have multiple pockets everywhere on the sides, in front, top part where you can access without having to open the whole bag. It opens in the back part, different than the DB one that opens in front. You also need a camera insert for this one. You also need to buy separate, or you have the option as well to buy this starting kit. It's also very nice quality material, place for your laptop. But a quick disclaimer though, if you do travel a lot, you do have to put it under your seat. Forget about it, it won't fit. They might make you check in the baggage, which you never want to do it, or you're gonna have to put on the overhead compartment, which is what I do all the time. I never had an issue while traveling with this backpack, although it's very big and it's very visible. It never stopped me. It got this close, but never happened. So just bear in mind, if you do have more than your backpack, you might need to check in one or the other. I shoot with the Sony a7 IV, which is the one that I'm shooting this video right now. It's a hybrid camera, which means you can make very good photos and very good videos because it has the capability for both. I absolutely love this camera. I have nothing to complain about besides the 60 frames per second crop. Sony, that was not good. But it is what it is. We deal with that. But other than that, amazing camera. I normally pair with the Tamron 17 to 28 f2.8. I use to vlog most of the time, but you can also use on a 28mm to get B-roll shots and some environment shots, and it really works pretty well. I know people really like 35mm, but if you don't have it, you just need to go with what you have. The lens itself is very lightweight. I really like how the zoom is internal. It doesn't really expand, so if you want to put them on a gimbal or any place that you need to balance out your camera, it definitely helps. This lens is very sharp and it's affordable. I think it's about 500 to 600 euros. The other lens I use is the Tamron 28-75 f2.8. Very versatile. It's also very lightweight if you compare it to maybe the Sony one or the Sigma one. Differently than the 17 to 28, this one here expands and it changes the size. If you are balancing out on the gimbal, it will make a difference if it's fully extended or if it's like this. So bear in mind, but the lens is really good. It's very sharp. Price around 650, maybe 700 or even less if you find it on a deal. You know, if you think about Sigma, which is an also great lens, it's probably about 1,000 or more. So you got a great lens for less than that. I also love how the 75 looks, especially for portrait or product photography. I love DJI products, and for me, they're one of the most innovative brands out there. They literally launch a drone every week. I'm joking, but they launch many products throughout the year. It's kind of difficult to even catch up with so many products they have. One of my favorite pieces of gear from DJI is definitely the drone range. They've been doing it for a long time. They're definitely the best ones in the market, in my opinion. And I've been rocking the DJI Air 2S. So I've been using this drone for about 2.5 years, and I really like it. Can't complain. It's lightweight. It's perfect for travel. It fits on your backpack, even in your pocket if you wear a hoodie like me. Films 5K, 30 frames per second. If you're starting out and if you want to get your hands into a drone that is not that expensive but has a lot of capabilities, DJI Air 2S, you can find it easily for about 600 to 700 euros, which is a very nice price for a very good drone. Remember that this one also has a 1-inch sensor instead of the smaller sensor, so it's really, really good for photos and for video. A few months back, I started to shoot film, and man, I just fell in love with it. I always wanted to learn film since I started photography, and on a recent trip to Japan, I went to a camera shop and got a Nikon FM2. It's a great camera, loving it, every minute of it. It's a mechanical camera. You don't need a battery. The only battery that you need is for the light emitter inside. If you're shooting film, you need to know how to expose it. If you don't have external accessories to measure the light, you're most likely gonna either overexpose or underexpose. So inside you have a meter where you can actually see if it's under or overexposed. You know, it helps you a lot because you don't wanna just burn out your film. I'm really happy with it. If you do want to learn more about film photography, let me know in the comments below. When I started, I had so many questions about film cameras and how to choose the best camera, how to choose the films, and etc. So if you do want to know, let me know and I'll get that done for you. The film I normally pair with it is the Kodak Gold 200. Color-wise, it's kind of in a similar color range that I like to use in my photos. I'm pretty happy with the choice. I do have some other films that I'm testing out, but I use this more often and I really like it. Cleaning kit is always with me. Filters, so this is an ND with black mist, and this is my CPL with black mist and another one that I don't remember. Always filters, I always use them. CPL is circular polarizer, so you definitely need, if you're shooting cars or reflections or through glass, stuff like that, just use a CPL, all your problems are gonna disappear and your photos will look great. So especially if you're shooting cars or the glass reflection. ND, mostly I use it for video, but if you're doing some long exposure shots, maybe waterfalls or cars or whatever it is, you most likely need one of those because your shutter speed has to be lower. Take one of those. Batteries, you can never have enough of those. SSDs and hard drives, always use them to backing up my footage or photos, and I also edit from it. So this is a Samsung T5 1 terabyte. If I do have a lot of files, normally I have a T7 which has 2 or 4 terabytes, and I also have one plugged into my computer which is a 4 terabyte SSD enclosure, which I also going to be making a video about that because it is a game changer. So stay tuned for that one because I'm telling you, it's going to help you a lot. And lastly, I have the Anker Power Bank, and this is a beast. I normally only carry this with me if I know that there will be no power source that I can use. Otherwise, I will be carrying this one, which is only for my iPhone. This one I can power my MacBook, I can power my phone, I can power my camera if I have to, and that's it. That is what I carry with me. Stay tuned for the video about camera gear specifically for video. And I want to just make one last remark. When you watch videos like this, I really want to ask you not to be disencouraged to go out there and do what you love just because you don't have the latest gear, latest camera, the latest drone, or whatever gear that you think that you have to produce quality content. Don't do that. Don't be like me. I've been thinking like that for a long time, and that has not just stopped me from learning and developing, but also puts a lot of pressure when I do have something good. I don't know how to create it. So my advice to you is start with what you already have. It can be your phone, it can be an older camera, it can be something borrowed, something rented, whatever it is. Just start. Go out there, shoot, learn the basics, learn everything you can with what you have, because I tell you that based on my experience, when you really need to upgrade, you will feel that you need to upgrade because your skills are now bigger than the camera and the gear that you have. You will know for a fact, okay, I cannot shoot this camera anymore. It's now getting in the way of my creativity, my art, my expression. I need to upgrade. Those are the perfect times for upgrading because it's your skill that is dictating when you can do it, when you cannot do it. So stick with that, practice, and that will make better. If you watch it to the end, I want to say thank you so much for watching it. Please consider to like, subscribe, share, comment. It will help a lot. My crazy goal. And if you don't know, just go and watch my second video on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had some value from it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.